Okay, perfect. So does anyone want to read Promise and Law? And we don't have to repeat after each other if you just want to read it out loud for us. All right, Brianne, I need one more. Macy, okay, perfect. Let me screen share it then. Thank you guys so much. And we'll just listen to you guys. We won't follow along since Zoom is a little laggy. All right, and then who wants to do the short one? I don't think I asked. Brianne, do you want to do the short one?
I actually want to do the Girl Scout law.
Okay, cool. And Macy, do you want to do the long one or the short one? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do the promise.
Perfect.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
Beautiful.
I will do my best to be honest and fair, or friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and to be responsible for what I say and do, and to respect myself and others, to respect authority, and use resources wisely, to make the world a better place, and to be a sister to every Girl Scout.
Excellent. That was very nice, very smooth. Thank you guys for reading that. And I don't know if you guys know what our badge is today, but Macy, I'm really glad you brought your sewing machine out because we're actually doing the Junior Product Designer badge. So it's going to have a lot to do with like stuff around your house that you guys want to design and make better. So my first activity for you guys was to just like grab a notebook or a piece of paper. I have a notebook right here. And I want you guys to pick one item that you guys use in your daily life. So it can be like your phone. Macy, if you wanted to pick your sewing machine, that would be fine. And then we will brainstorm about how it helps you. And I'm curious to see like what you guys pick because everyone has obviously a different item that they value every day. Brianne, what's up?
I actually already chose an item. It's not quite my daily life, but when it's springtime, I do use it every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Okay.
It's goalie pads. It's mainly the leg pads.
Mm-hmm. So is that for soccer?
No, it's for lacrosse.
Oh, for lacrosse. That's a really good one. Okay, let's keep that in the back of your mind. That's a good one. You don't have to go get it. Macy, what do you have? Or do you have a question?
Do I have to use my sewing machine or can I pick something else?
You can pick something else.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pick whatever you want. I'm gonna pick I have a mug warmer here at my desk. So it has a cord on it. It has a cord on it. It was like $10, so it wasn't that expensive, but I'm gonna pick the mug warmer. And every time I make tea or coffee, I put it on there. It keeps it warm all day because I work here at my desk at my house. Emma, do you have an item in mind? Not yet.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay, so it can be anything. It doesn't have to be like technology. It could be like a water bottle or a jewelry box. I'm picking a mug warmer, but it could be anything that helps you. So I'll give you guys a minute to think about that. And I'm gonna write my item down on my notebook. Okay, Macy, do you have one? Do you have a product in mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
My product or kind of thing was going to be my gymnastics shorts.
Your gymnastics trophy?
They're shorts.
Oh, it's shorts. Okay, perfect. That will work. All right, Emma, do you have a product in mind yet? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So in our notebooks, I'm gonna write mug warmer right here. And we're gonna write 5 uses for our item. 4, 5. And it doesn't have to be like uses that like are listed on the box. It can be anything you want to use it for. And then you can always change your item too if you find that like it can only be used for one thing. So don't feel limited. And you can try and shoot for 5, but if you only come up with like 3, that's totally okay. Okay. I'm on 4, but I'm struggling to come up with the last one. And then you guys can also like, if you need to look it up, like Brianne, I know you have like lacrosse, like pads. What are they called? Like leg pads or knee pads?
They're lacrosse, Scully leg protector pants or something like that. They're just pants.
Gotcha.
Probably what they're called.
So like goalie pants. If you want to Google it too, like if you guys are struggling to come up with another use for your item, you can always Google it. That's always a great option too. So I'll give you guys a couple more minutes because I need to come up with one more use. I have 4. I'm almost there. Okay. All right, so I think I have 5. Is anyone else done with theirs? Okay, give me a minute. All right. Macy, did you have all your, okay, cool. Did you want to go first? And then you guys can keep working too if you're not finished yet.
Sure, I'll go first. So my item is my gym shorts, of course. So my first reason is that they help me with my hips on the bar because the bar leaves marks on my hips. Also, they like help not let my hips stick to the bar because of sweat. And then they're fun to wear outside of gym, like to do exercise in. For conditioning, I like to wear them because they're just kind of comfy. And then last, they're also comfy and I can wear them all day.
Nice, that was excellent. And then are they a lot like yoga pants? Or are they like skin tight and kind of the same material?
Kind of. Although they do, like the only part of them is that sometimes they ride up on my hips when I wear them. So
So that's, you've identified one problem, which is perfect. That's going to be our next step. Great. So then do you use those every day too? Mostly every day?
Mostly every day.
Mostly every day. Okay.
They get washed, so
right.
I don't wear them the days that they're washed.
All right, that was a great one. Emma or Brianne, do you guys have your items too? Okay, Brianne, you have your item. Go ahead.
So my item is my goalie pants. Well, some upsides, they're short, so they're shorts and they're snug, so they could fit it over regular shorts so they don't get in the way of shorts when you're goalieing. And emphasis on try. They try to protect your legs.
I really like that you put try in there because it doesn't always like work 100%, right?
It never works.
Well, it's probably better than nothing though. So maybe that is an area that we can improve it in the next section.
Actually, there are parts where it's nothing. Parts where the pads don't reach and the ball commonly hits.
Oh goodness. Oh my gosh. That's got to be tough. Well, you're brave for doing that still.
Yeah. Ever since when I figured out lacrosse, it was actually from Girl Scouts. So I took this clinic to get a badge, and I walked out of there saying I want to play lacrosse and I want to be a goalie.
Aw, so you're doing it. You're living your dream. That's awesome. You made it happen. Well, that's cool. So maybe I like that you guys are keeping in mind like flaws with the items too, because I really want to, in the next section, we're going to talk about how we can make the items better and how you guys can think of ways to make them better. So I like that you guys are on that track already. All right, Emma, what was your item? Do you have your five uses for it?
Yes. My item was Schleck horses. Some people pronounce them Schleich, but I just pronounce them Schleck.
Schleck.
For playing with, because I like playing with them. Painting, you can paint them to look like different. Looking at it to like see how a horse looks for like a drawing or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can decorate with it. I don't know.
Put them around your house, like decorate them around your house.
Yeah. You can use it to know different horse breeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A really good one. Like when you're teaching people about different breeds, you can like show them like, this is the little model instead of having to go and see the horse.
Yeah.
Perfect. Was that the last one? Okay, cool. So, that was great. So I really like that we had like a range of products too. So like Macy and Brienne, you guys have like athletic stuff. Emma, you have more of like a toy, like a model figurine type of thing too. Mine was my mug warmer. So my mug warmer, obviously it heats my coffee. It keeps my mug warm in between like putting the coffee in it. So like even if the cup is empty, it'll keep the cup warm. And then the next time I fill it up, it'll already be like warm and ready to go. I've used it for candles too, like when the wick ends and you still have like a little chunk of wax left, I'll put it on the mug warmer. It also acts as a coaster. So I'm not putting like my cup like all over my desk and getting like the wood on it stained. I'm putting it on the mug warmer only. So it acts as a coaster. It's also like a hand warmer. Even if my cup is like empty, I like put my hand on it and warm it up. It's nice for the winter. And then sometimes I'll put like a cookie or something on there and it like warms the cookie up. So sometimes it heats up food too safely. Obviously you have to be careful, but it's not hot enough to like burn it or anything. But those are my 5 reasons. So now we're going to think of ways that the product could be better. So in the next section, you can just put a line there and then put like improvements or something. So right off the bat, for one of my improvements for my mug warmer is that it has a cord. Like, remember I was showing you guys, like it has this obnoxious cord that I can't move it around. If it was wireless, that would be way, way better. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to think about how your items can be improved.
Done.
Done. You're done already? Do you want to share?
Yes, my item can be improved by it can actually protect your legs.
So your item is like faulty, right? And you've noticed.
Yes, I've noticed. It's when the coach does a full long shot at me, or for full string.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you need like a way more protective piece of equipment because you're like doing some aggressive like sports all the time. So is Macy. Yeah, what's yours, Macy?
Okay, so my only improvement is rides up, but also during like competitions they invented such thing called butt glue, and basically you can glue like your leotard down or your shorts because like they ride up during competition and you can't pull them down or else that's a deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of fixed itself, but
Yeah, I have actually heard of butt glue for like for pageants and stuff. I didn't realize that it was used for gymnastics. It makes perfect sense though. Because I know like the girls don't want their like swimsuits or their skirts or anything like going anywhere they don't want it to go. So they'll use butt glue. So that's funny. You have to like buy a whole nother product to make your original product work better. But what if your shorts just worked better? That would be ideal. All right, well, good one. Emma, do you have any improvements for your Schleck horses?
Yes. One time, my best friend's little sister, she was playing with my best friend's Schleck, and the ear fell off. So, less breakable.
Oh my God, the ear just like popped off.
Well, no, it didn't pop off, but she like broke it off somehow. She must have like dropped it.
Oh no, that's tragic. Did you glue it back?
No, they can't find the ear.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Brianne, what's up?
Another thing that would improve on the shorts is I would make them more comfortable because the shorts right now, they have like these big pads and it makes it weird walking and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's got like it's got like sections of the like padding and then there's like in between parts. So maybe if it could just be like one whole piece, that might be.
One whole piece that's flexible because most of the time, when someone throws a shot, it's hitting around right here,
Mm-hmm.
not where the pad is. And when it hits the pad, I can still feel it.
That's terrible. Like you shouldn't have to, you should feel it as less as possible. That's what I would want the goal to be.
Yeah, I would have it like my helmet is, but that's too hard. And whenever a ball hits my helmet, it just it just makes a clanky echoing sound in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you have like a lot of ideas for improving your lacrosse equipment. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, I want when I'm in goal. One of the main things that happens is well, this is for anyone, and anyone who's in goal, they're worried about getting hit by the ball and it hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that would get more kids more interested in being a goalie is if they had good arm gear.
Right. So the arm gear isn't good either. And
Well, actually, the arm gear sucks. Not because it doesn't work, because it's extremely uncomfortable.
yeah, so maybe like making it more comfortable in general would help like
More comfortable and more strong.
Yeah. And it looks like Macy's got her shorts and those are the gymnastic shorts you were talking about, right, Macy? Nice. They're really cute. And I don't think people realize that the fabric that is used for like athletic wear is like the same for swimwear. So maybe you could like even wear it to the pool or something one day. So that might be another cool use for it. But I'm glad you're thinking of improvements.
There are these dance shorts that double as a swimsuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same material. It's just marketed differently. So glad you guys are thinking about that. So my improvements for my mug warmer, obviously I would like it to be wireless. Mine's a little cheap. It's not that expensive. It was like $10. So it doesn't get that warm anymore too. So it kind of defeats the purpose of the mug warmer. And then I would like it to turn off by itself because sometimes like there have been times where I've left it on for a couple hours not realizing. So those are my improvements. And I think you guys already said your improvements for your items. So I wanted to show you guys this really funny video while we're talking about product design. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Simpsons, but I used to love, love, love The Simpsons. Yeah.
My dad really likes The Simpsons.
I love The Simpsons. So I just wanted to show you guys this clip of Homer, and he's inventing different products because he's trying to like he's trying to measure up to Thomas Edison. That's like his idol. So let me screen share that. All right, I'm gonna share my audio too.
Okay, this time try to keep your nostrils closed. Oh, look what you did. Now I have to go get my cold cream gun.
Dad,
So he's coming up with like a makeup shotgun, which is not, obviously not something that a lot of
In the
women
olden
would be
times, if you were
interested
watching
in.
TV and nature called, you'd have to get up and walk to the bathroom. It was the hardest thing in the world to do. But now, with a lazy man reclining toilet chair, you can just lean back and let her rip.
You expect people to go to the bathroom in their living rooms?
Sure, believe me, every man in America will want to have one.
Gangway, gotta poop.
No, Bart. Homer, all these inventions, they're
Yes,
not very...
yes.
They're terrible.
What?
I'm not saying you're a bad inventor. I'm just saying these particular inventions are awful, and no one in their right mind would buy them or accept them as gifts.
But this is the best I could do. I guess I'm no better at being Thomas Edison than I was at being Homer Simpson.
Oh, dear. I hope I wasn't too rough on him.
Somebody had to tell him, Mom. In the long run, it's much kinder to... Do you mind?
All week, my lifelong dream was to be the next Thomas Edison. But now it's over. I guess I'll just give up my hopes and dreams and settle for being a decent husband and father.
What happened? You didn't fall.
Oh, Dad. I stuck a couple extra legs on there because I kept tipping over when I was trying to invent stuff.
They're on hinges. That's really ingenious, Dad.
It could save lives.
Really? You think it's a good idea?
Oh, yeah. Safety sells, especially the lamos.
I'd buy one.
Me too.
We did it! I'm gonna be rich!
Okay, so that was that little clip on The Simpsons. But it's funny because a lot of people will try and invent stuff and then they'll get like really discouraged too. And you kind of just have to like keep trying and keep going. And he came up with like a really good idea in the end and he didn't even realize it. Yeah, Brienne?
With that Thomas Edison reference, I actually thought of something. And it's a very important question that most people get wrong.
Okay.
Who invented the light bulb?
I actually don't remember. I feel like it was Thomas Edison, but I feel like I read somewhere that it wasn't.
A lot of people invented the light bulb, but different types of the light bulb. Thomas Edison actually bought that design in from some Chinese salespeople.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was actually reading that Thomas Edison, like, he was an inventor, but more than an inventor, he was like a really good businessman and he like marketed his ideas really well. And he was really good at like doing PR and businessing and like reaching out to newspapers and stuff like that. And he was just like he was just really good at selling his products. So he was like part inventor, part businessman, and he just like knew how to target the newspapers. So I just think it's really interesting when you're looking at product design too, you have to remember that who you're selling it to, who's going to like help you market it. Those are all like important pieces of it. Cause he wasn't just purely an inventor with like, you know, in his like studio, just working endlessly. He also like did a lot of marketing. So I'm glad you brought that up too. I was not sure who actually invented the first light bulb.
Yeah, so Thomas Edison was the first one to get patented a light bulb, but through history, the details got all washed up, and it came out that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people across the world were trying to invent something, and were trying to get rid of gas lamps by creating forgot the first description of it, but something that they could just screw it in.
So maybe like people just pinned it on him because that was like the easiest thing to say, like, oh, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. But with that, we're going to do our next activity. So I have a good and bad product designs game for you guys. So I would love everyone's input while we're doing it. I'm going to screen share my slide again. Give me just a second. Okay, there we go. So we're going to look at this PowerPoint and I'm going to start. Let me know if you guys can see it. Can everyone see it? Okay, it's not like showing up all wonky or anything. Okay, cool. So we're going to play good or bad product designs. So I would love everyone's input on these stairs. All right, Brienne saying no. Macy, thoughts? Emma saying no. Emma's like, eh. All right, Macy, you're the tiebreaker. Good or bad product design?
I'm gonna have to go with really bad. That's extremely terrible.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh. It's really terrible, right? Okay, why is it terrible though? What do you guys think? Can I get like one reason from everyone? Brienne?
It's terrible because it's completely unsafe.
Unsafe. Macy, Emma, what are your thoughts? Can I get a reason from you guys too? What do you guys think?
Okay, well, there's so many reasons why this should not exist, but the railing, first of all, I don't think it's even like a 3D railing.
Yeah, it looks like it's just painted onto the wall.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like it's painted onto the wall, right? It doesn't look like it's real.
Like when you're going down it, you probably won't see the other steps. You'll be like dying. And the good part, Bo, is that it's like lit up, so at least you can see it at night.
But like if you miss a step, you might just fall down the whole thing.
But they look like they could go back into the slots, so you might just like fall off.
Yeah. That's great. Those are all great reasons. Yes, I definitely agree. I think this is a really bad design.
I think if you put your foot, like you miss it right behind, but you don't fall, that you could almost get your foot stuck.
So I think this is a case of style over substance, where like it's really stylish and it looks modern and it looks sleek, but this is very like unsafe. And you guys obviously just listed the reasons why it was unsafe. So great job. Glad you
Or
guys.
you could just like walk by and whack your head on it.
Yeah, there's no railing to like stop you from like hitting your head or your eye, God forbid.
Like if it's not lit up, you would just be like, "Oh, look, a clear space," and then you whack your.
Right, it's like a shard of like, it looks like shards of just glass sticking out. So I don't know who.
Yeah.
I don't know who decided to design this.
With or without a railing, you would either hit your head on a sharp corner or hit your head on a blunt end corner.
Yeah,
It looks kind of thin. It doesn't look like very thick, whatever material it is.
Especially if you had like toddlers, they would probably go wandering up that and then fall off.
Oh my God, that would be such a nightmare. That would be an actual nightmare because it doesn't seem stable. It seems like it's really flimsy. It's precarious, all of these things. You guys are nailing it. All right, we're gonna do our next one. Okay, bad, yes. This looks cool, but it's a total safety hazard. Completely correct. Okay, this is an opinion. Which one's better? This isn't a right or wrong, but we can talk about it. So I don't know if you guys have a remote like on the left or the right, but when I was growing up, I had a remote. Well, I still have a remote similar to the one on the right. Can you guys pinpoint why one is good or one is bad? There's no wrong answers.
Okay, so I'll go first.
Okay.
We have both of these remote in our house, and they're very extremely confusing. So the silver one, when you drop it, the back comes out, which means the batteries go everywhere. And then the black one is just really confusing when you're trying to find a button. And I've done it so many times where I'm trying to press like the home button and I keep pressing the select button. So it just keeps going to random places and it's just really confusing. So I'm going to have to go with the one on the right, even though.
So you like the one on the right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer. All right, Brienne.
They both have good things and bad things. Well, first of all, my grandma, for her TV, she has a remote like the silver one, and she can never use it. She never knows how to pause something. But I know how to use a silver remote, but while the black remote, it can be complicated to find a button or,
Mm-hmm.
well, they're both of good, but one can be confusing for some people, and the other can be confusing for other people. So really, what's on your decision? But I would go with the silver one.
Right. I actually, when I was putting this PowerPoint together, I was thinking like the silver's way better. But Macy, you brought up a good point where like it's so simple that it might be hard to use. And then the black one might be easier to use, and then like you're saying, Brienne, like, but some people might like the black one. So Emma, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, they're both I think they're both pretty good. We have one that's kind of like a mix. It's got like the power button on it above like the thing. But I think you can do basically all of the stuff that you can do on the black one, on the silver one. It's just less complicated with all the numbers and up and down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like the silver one too.
Yeah, so maybe some people prefer like the sleek, simple design of like the silver, and then maybe some people like just having more options and having more buttons. Scientifically, like our brains, after 3 choices, like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, if you have any more choices than 3, your brain gets like overwhelmed and you just can't decide. So that's why people prefer like sleeker designed items. But if that one works for you better, then yeah, like Brienne was saying, just go with what's better for you. So I'm glad that we had like a mixed opinion of what's better. I think I'd like something in the middle. Anyone on board with that? Yeah, Brienne.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just a couple more options, but maybe not so cluttered. All right. Is this good or bad? This is a phone charger holder device. Okay, middle. Emma, do you want to go first this time?
So I think it's the middle because, well, one, it's leaning on on just the charger itself, so it might like accidentally unplug the charger
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And then 2, I mean, it's nice to hold your phone, but like your phone could fall off or something. And I feel like in my house, we would always put other stuff on it, and then it would fall and it would get really cluttered and all over the floor. And somebody could like run into it, but I think it would be pretty good. I don't know. I'm mixed.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I'm thinking like I have a cat now, so maybe the cat would paw on it or something. Brienne, you want to go next?
So I am in the middle because it can be good because it can hold your phone if there's no other space. But most of the time when I'm charging my phone, I'm using it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably lose that easily. And if it was near the floor, or my dog could knock it down, if the cord wasn't tied up so nicely, the Roomba could pull on it, dropping my phone and the charger down.
Mm-hmm.
And I would mainly run into it accidentally.
Yeah, those are all great reasons. I didn't think about the cord being like all tangled up with it too. So those are super great reasons. Macy, do you want to go next? Do you have any thoughts to this design? No right or wrong.
So I think it's like a pretty good design, although it has some flaws. I like how it keeps your phone up while you're charging it because like if you don't have a surface to put it on, or at least near an outlet, you can't really charge your phone. And then also, I feel like it'd be kind of bad, but as I'm looking at it, it looks like the phone is kind of magnetized to the thing. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if it has like a plate that like sticks to it so it doesn't like fall off. I think another thing that would improve this if it like could fold, like if you were traveling and you were like in airports and stuff, like people always like sit next to their phone like up against the wall. So maybe you could like have a little more space, but if it was like foldable and you could just put it in your bag or something, that might be more useful. But yeah, I love your guys' thoughts on that. I didn't even consider some of the problems with it. I thought it was good. So more to think about. Let's do the next one.
Actually, there's one more thing about the mobile phone charger.
Mhm.
How much weight can it hold? Can it only hold one phone, or can it hold two phones? Because very long-lasting argument between my brothers who gets the phone charger. And so we always unplug one person's phone to plug our phone in and then put it right on top of theirs. So how goodly is it made? Yeah, like, can you put, how much weight can you put on it before it snaps?
Right. And then the problem, if it folds, if it has a hinge and the hinge breaks, then you're just done with the product too. So if it's not weighted properly, that's a good thought too. Are multiple phones on top of it going to be too heavy? All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen these ever. Has anyone ever seen this? Oh, Emma, you're muted.
I feel like I have, but I also feel like I haven't.
So like,
a pencil?
yeah, they're pencils. Macy, do you have a question or a thought?
So I absolutely hate these things. They're extremely hard to change, and when you're trying to change the little tip, it pokes you. And then also, once you go through a whole tip cycle, then it's useless.
It's useless, right? I used to have so many of these when I was a kid, and I can probably openly say this is a bad design because it involves like plastic all through it, and when you're done using the item, you can't reuse it. So I think that's a huge negative. But for how this works, it's got like a tip, and then once that tip isn't sharp anymore, you pull it off and then you stick it at the end of the pencil. So it keeps pushing all of these up. So once they're all like done, you just throw the whole thing away, which is like a significant amount of plastic. Does that make sense? Have you guys seen these?
I have not seen these, but the way you describe it sounds like after one whole round of pencils, it's useless. Is you just throw it away, and it could pollute the air since it's so much plastic.
Definitely. So you can see the separation between all of the tips. So that's like a new sharpened tip when they're new. But when they get dull, you just pluck the plastic off and then it's missing one and then you stick it into the other end and it keeps going up and up. I wish I could find, I don't know what these pencils are called.
What if they like break? Does that mean you're just wasting a tip?
Yeah. Yeah, Macy, what's your experience been? Do they work well for like what they are?
I mean, they work well, but they always poke holes in the erasers. So I mean, the erasers come out too. So
they do. Yeah, so the end of it is an eraser and the erasers are always really like not good.
Well, I always lose the cap to these things.
Yeah, so this was whoever made this. I hate this design. I think it's awful. So
I feel like this could have been a really good idea, but they didn't portray it well. Like it could have been better. Like you could, like after you're done with a whole cycle, you just push all the useless tips out and just put a whole new cycle in there, and just have the eraser at the other end.
Yeah, and I think like I don't know if you're able to even purchase like new tips for it. I have no idea, but it just seems like a lot of plastic. Emma, did you have a thought on that?
I looked it up, and apparently they're called stacking point pencils.
Oh my goodness, we have to look this up. I have to show you. I just want to show Brienne because I feel so strongly about it, and I feel like it's hard to visualize. But thank you, Emma, for looking that up. Stacking point pencils, and then I'll screen share. Oh, and they still sell these. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So I'll screen share this, Brienne, so you can see it. I think you'd get a kick out of it. So here's all of the tips. So you take, once this is dull, you take this and you put it back through the back of the pencil. So it keeps pushing new tips up. But it's a lot of plastic. And like Macy said, they're kind of ridiculous. I used to have this one. And there's like different colors you can buy for it too. But this was a terrible, my opinion, it's a terrible design.
There is another type of pencil that's actually like the opposite of this. They're called Smensels, and they make them smell good, and they're made out of recycled newspaper, and they come in like, well, they come in a plastic case, but like, they look like, if you can see that.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are obviously welcome to try them out and tell me what you think. Yeah, let me know what you guys think if you ever try these. Smensels. That's a funny word for it. All right, we're gonna power through the next couple. I have a few more for you guys. Okay, good or bad?
Oh, freaking heck.
So it's like a strainer pot.
I actually do a little bit of cooking, and it can be good, just not in that way. I mean, what if you want to use the lid for capturing and heat to make the noodle, to make the water boil faster? It would just go right through it.
Yep, good. That's a good thought.
And what if a noodle will somehow get? What if the noodles go to the front and clog it up?
Oh, that's a good thought too. Macy, did you have question, comment about this item?
Okay, so I just showed my mom the picture, and supposedly we have one of these.
Oh, interesting. What's her experience on it? Does she like hers?
I don't know. Do you like yours?
I inherited it and I haven't used it yet.
We haven't used ours yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to test it out and let me know what you think. I thought this was like pretty decent. I think the pasta getting stuck is a concern, but Macy, what do you think?
I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, like, it would probably be most likely for like straining things, so you get less dirty dishes. And then also, I think it would be for like things that you're trying to steam, like broccoli or something, so it can come out through the holes. Like Brienne's answer on how like the noodles, I think you should probably just use a different pot for that.
Yeah, all good thoughts. Emma, what do you think?
I think it looks kind of like the lid is anchored down, but like, what if the lid falls off?
You know, I was thinking that. I was actually thinking about that. That would be a safety hazard. All right, Brienne, one more comment. We're going to do the next one.
So I actually have a pot. It doesn't have the lid, but it has an attachment like that, where there, like, it's mostly round, but there's about half of it cut out, and the other half has holes in it, and it has like these notches on the side, and the pot has holes in it, so you put on it where the notches are, and then you turn it so then it can't come off.
Oh, okay. So maybe
just turn it back to where the holes are, or so like the hooks line up where the holes are, and you can take it off.
Oh, okay. So it's got like a locking mechanism. That would make this a lot safer. I feel like that would be a lot better for this item if it had a locking mechanism. Really good thoughts, guys. I really like that. Okay, what do you think of this app design? So I use WhatsApp every single day when I message people. And if you send something you didn't mean to send, it has this message on it. It says you deleted this message and the person can see it. What do you think? Emma, I saw your hand.
I don't know. I mean, it would just be better if it just didn't show it. Or like maybe in tiny letters, like your name deleted this message.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's very.
Yeah, you don't think it's very good? Okay, that's a good one. It's a good response. Brienne?
It can and be good, but it also can be taken in the wrong way. like your friends saw that you deleted a message. They could think that you accidentally typed something and you're trying to hide something from them. You get in a huge argument and you don't talk for a while.
Yeah, precisely. So like every time I like didn't mean to send something and I delete the message, like people will ask me like, what's wrong? And you'll have to elaborate on like why you deleted the message. So Macy, do you have any last thoughts on that? So the
I think it's a pretty terrible design because, like Emma said, and Brianne, like, what if the person's getting really suspicious of you? And then also, it's kind of just embarrassing if, like, it just says, you deleted this message.
Yeah, I think it's super embarrassing. I had a friend who like almost ruined a surprise party, and then you deleted the message came up and they were like, what's going on? So yeah, I like your thoughts. So the good and bad product designs are not limited to just like physical products. If you guys see stuff in apps that you don't like, make note of it, and you can always email like the developers and tell them like, this is really terrible and I hate this. And they do take that feedback seriously. So if you feel strongly enough, you can always, push for a better design. So this one is also up for debate. What do you guys think of this? This says delicious milk soap. I saw this while I was doing the PowerPoint and I just had to stick this in here. Emma, what's up?
What is it like an ice cream bar?
Soap.
Or is it soap?
Milk or soap?
Like, you don't want to like put it in the freezer and then take it out and be like, I can't wait to have this ice cream bar. Heh, they said it was soap. And then you bite into soap. Or I don't want it to be like you put it, okay, like you're trying to wash yourself and then like you get chocolate on you. Like,
why is it on a stick?
Exactly.
They wanted to make it cute and look like soap. I think it is really cute, but I don't know. I can't tell if I think it's soap.
It's just milk soap. Then why is it called delicious? This is such a confusing product. They could take the stick off and be like, Noise milk soap.
Noise. Macy, do you have any thoughts? You look like your head hurts because of these.
I am just like secondhand embarrassment for the creators of this.
That's really funny. Just because it's so confusing.
Yeah, and also like I feel like they had good intentions, but then like Emma said, the people who use it are probably gonna use it for the wrong use.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna get a lot of people who like just no, stop. Like,
yeah, I feel like it should probably say with bigger lettering somewhere like soap, do not eat, or something to that extent. Yes, I agree with you guys. I still think this is cute. If someone gave this to me, I would probably still enjoy it, but it would take me a minute to be like, did you give me like ice cream or did you give me soap? Yeah, Brianne?
So I looked this up on the internet, and apparently it is soap, and you can find recipes for it. It just is soap made with milk, and I don't know why they added delicious. That is just so weird.
Yeah, so maybe like instead of having the title be delicious, maybe they could do like, or someone could confuse this for chocolate. Obviously, like a small child would probably not even know the difference. But maybe if they switched it up, so it would be like soap, goat's milk, like soap as the first, title of the packaging, I think that would make it a lot better. Let's do one more. And you guys might like this one better, or you might hate it. It's up to you. Good or bad? Macy, do you want to give your thoughts on that? You had quite the reaction.
Okay, so I really like this. I feel like it's very genius, but what do you do once you finish? Like, do you just take the tube and put it back underneath? Or like, is it just like a two-use thing?
I think you probably have to buy the wick separate because I know you can buy candle wicks. So maybe, like you said, you take the tube off of it and then just burn it again. But I mean,
I really like this though. I think it's genius.
Yeah, I think it's cool too. Brianne, thoughts on it? You don't have to love it.
I actually think this is a pretty good design, and I think what happens is, oh, now I see it. So if you look closely at the first picture, you attach a wick
There we go.
to the bottom of it in the tube, so then the candle all melts down and burning. So when it's in there, there's the wick already in there, and then what I think you do is you can just slip the candle out, and then just do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
could
so
get many uses out of a candle.
right. So you're like actually getting like a couple uses out of the wax instead of just throwing it away. Emma, do you like this?
Okay, so I have a couple ideas. I really think it's a good idea, but some of our candles sometimes, even with the little tray under it, so this isn't a very good example, but when they get really short, they like have piles on the sides, like that one in 1, 2, 3. The third one, it kind of has the weird case thing where it like goes up around it, and then how does that part get melted, or is it just like stubs that you throw away?
That's a good question. I am not sure, but that brings up an interesting point. Like, what if the wax isn't hot enough to like reach the bottom? Kind of like it gets like stubby, like right at the first metal part.
Yeah.
So that's a good consideration. Yeah, overall, I think it's good. It's on the right track. But Emma, I think you do have a good idea for like, well, what if something like this happens to it? So I'm glad you brought that up. Cool. So I just wanted to share all of those products with you. I think you guys had some amazing ideas for how to improve it, how to make them better. And the basic point of that is just to show you, like, in your daily life, you'll come across items that don't work for you or are silly and you don't like, and you don't have to settle. Like, there's a whole world of options, and if you come across something that you don't like, then you can change it, you can improve it, you can make it better, and you can find like better stuff too. So if something is really causing you issues, I definitely encourage you guys to look up like other items that will help you more. Yeah, Brianne?
So sometimes people have the right track, like they have a good thought of an idea that could actually work. Sometimes they don't give it out right.
Mm-hmm.
Like milk soap branding. And sometimes ideas are just not very good, and they're almost as stupid as my older brother licking lotion, thinking that me and my mom would stop him.
Oh no. Oh, I hope he's okay. That must have not tasted good, but
No, he got a tiny drop on his tongue and instantly went over to the sink.
that's really funny.
He
Oh
thought
boy,
my mom would stop him.
I'm sure he's doing okay, but yeah, that's a bad idea. So maybe like the people that were inventing like the milk soap, maybe they should have like collaborated a little bit and been like, okay, well, maybe this is going to be confusing for people. Maybe putting milk and delicious in the first like 2 lines of the product is a little misleading. So I just encourage you guys to think critically about product designs and what you guys want and are looking for. So I just got this like cheap, like I was going back to this mug warmer. I got this cheap mug warmer for like $10, but if I had maybe spent like $10 more, I could have gotten something wireless and something that I actually wanted and didn't break down. So just something to think about when you guys are looking at products. Yeah, Brianne?
Another thing to think about for products is like how like the products could be really good, but the label isn't all that good. Like one thing that comes up a lot, like examples of businesses trying to be sketchy as fine print.
Yeah,
Like,
so definitely like read the packaging, like the packaging can be misleading too. So I'm like that you brought that up. So there was another quick thing that I'm gonna show you guys before we go. The scamper technique is good for redesigning products. So scamper is substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to other uses, eliminate, elaborate, reverse, rearrange. And if it doesn't work, try again. So like you guys did that when you were improving the designs for your items. So I'm pretty sure you guys modified it. You guys adapted it to work for your lives more. Eliminate if there's any clutter and you don't like it. We eliminated it with the remotes for sure. Reverse, rearrange. And like my mug warmer, like if it doesn't work for one thing, maybe it can work for another. So like I burn candles with it too. So like candles in like the little like trays, I'll just stick that on there to put to other uses too. So just things to think about when you're looking at products, and it's helpful to know when you're Christmas shopping too. So do you guys have any questions about that? Any thoughts, feelings? Just for fun, I'm going to show you guys the other, I have a couple more of the bad product designs that I would love to show you guys. We're just going to speed through it though. All right, so we had the candle, obviously. We have, let's see. Okay, we have this. So this is an elevator button. So these are like 1, 2, 3. It's like all out of order. It's super like confusing. That was ridiculous. I hated looking at that as a headache. There's -4, -1, -2. It's like, where are you even going? And then this one really cracked me up.
Ew.
Yeah, so the pool is like painted and it doesn't reflect nicely on the water. So I think that looks kind of like icky. But yeah, those were just the last two. I thought I'd share them. But yeah, think critically about all the products in your life. How can they be better? Think about the good products. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you ever feel strongly, like I said, you can always email the developers of an item, and they'll usually always take feedback too. So maybe I'll complain to WhatsApp and tell them like, I hate this function in WhatsApp. You need to fix it. All right, let's do a quick friendship circle. Who wants to ask the question? Macy, are you doing something with your hand? Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't really have any questions in mind.
Okay. Anything Christmas related? Maybe Christmas, holiday themed? Oh, Brian, do you have one?
What do you mean by question?
So at the end of Girl Scouts, we always ask like an open-ended question to the group, and then we all hear each other's answers.
So I just thought this on the internet. If you were able to eat a food from a Christmas movie, what movie and what food would it be?
Okay, what's your answer?
Home Alone, giant ice cream sundae.
Oh, that sounds so good. I just watched Home Alone too. All right, how about Emma? Do you want to go next?
So there are these movies called The Christmas Chronicles, and in Christmas Chronicles 2, Mrs. Claus makes them a dinner out of vegetables, but it tastes and looks like cake and cookies and like really amazing stuff. And there's like, yeah, it looks really good.
That's awesome. Okay, really good one. Macy, what's yours?
I don't really watch that many Christmas movies. I haven't really watched that many in the past. It's kind of been the same ones. So, like the ones that I've watched haven't really had like food involved in them.
How about you pick like a favorite holiday dish then?
Okay. Something that we always have is like we each get our own bottle of sparkling apple cranberry stuff. So
Love that. I love that stuff. It's so good. I could drink like a whole bottle just on my own. All right, good one. I just saw The Grinch, and at the end of the movie, they have rare roast beast, and that looked really good. I don't know what that is, but all right, we're gonna twist down 3. 1, 2, 3. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Oh, and before you guys go, I'm gonna send you the badge for this badge. I'm gonna mail it to you. So don't buy it. I'm mailing it.
Oh, and for the Christmas thing, another one could be Elf.
Elf. Oh, that's a good one.
spaghetti and syrup.
That's
That
a great
actually
one.
would be pretty good. Like scrambled eggs and syrup. Oh, that is.
Oh, he has the funniest food in that one.
I like spaghetti. Doesn't he put like cereal in spaghetti?
He does all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, Macy, do you have a question?
Yeah, I already have the product designer badge.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for sitting in and doing it again. I'm going to send you guys some fun patches too. So just keep a lookout for those. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Have a good one, you guys. Thanks for
Have a
joining.
good one. Sorry for my dog barking in the background.
That's okay. Sorry for my cat. All right. Bye.
Bye.